How did you feel with him being a judge and all the judges for that matter of that year? How was your feeling coming into the battle knowing that that's who the judges were?
Um, I feel like I was super lucky because I was hip to Metro, like obviously being a producer, but because I was like super hip on Travis Scott at the time, and Metro did like my still to this day one of my favorite Travis Scott songs, Skyfall. Um, he did the song Back for him. Like he had been working with Travis a lot, and you know a few other songs as well. He was doing Thug and whatever, but um, Metro was someone that I had certainly been looking up to, so that was incredible for me. Joel Ortiz, incredible as well. They had just put out a song that year, I think, that Cardiac produced that I was really, I forget the
Mm,
name of the song, but that I was loving. So that was like, that was cool as hell. And Sunny Digital was incredible as well. Like, I loved the work that he was doing with Future,
right,
like Same Damn Time and like, you know, Racks on Racks, all that kind of stuff
right.
with YC, I believe the artist was. But
Can't sleep on Tuesday
yeah, it
either.
was like, that was, yeah, Tuesday. Yes, exactly. With McConan. And that was Metro and Sunny.
Right.
Um, yeah, so like it was just all those kind of things. So I was like, okay, this is like an awesome lineup, and I was mad excited. Like it was awesome for me to meet those guys for sure. I was people I'd looked up to.
Right, right. Now, for producers that don't know, this will probably be the story they really need to hear to understand the process of how this music thing works. It's not I downloaded FL yesterday, I can make a dope beat today, and
Hmm.
tomorrow I'll have a Drake J Cole feature. So walk us through that battle to Ric Flair Drip, however you want to describe the process. You're being on
Hmm.
stage, you're being judged by Metro as well as Sonny and Joel. You don't
Hmm.
win the battle, but somehow 4 years later, Ric Flair Drip comes out. So
Hmm.
kind of walk people who ain't familiar with the story. How does that work? What's the process like from being on stage to that happening?
Cool. So I've always said this to people that ask me this question. It's the battle aspect of a beat battle, especially battle of the beat makers, is 50% or maybe even less. Actually, it's definitely less about how well you perform in the actual battle. The most important thing for for those events is networking. The networking aspect of the Battle of the Beatmakers is like it's almost unparalleled in terms of the producer community. Like I've never been in a room with that many fire producers, you know, people, A&Rs, like whoever was there, just industry people, you know, just looking to support each other, looking to, you know, see, you know, meet the next wave of producer, whatever it may be. Um, my particular story was I was eliminated in the first round of the actual battle. Like I didn't make it past the Jordan Mansell. Like I got you know stuck with him, who's incredible, and he slapped me in the first round. Actually, he didn't slap me; it was pretty close. But whatever, I lost in the first round. But because of that, um, I had that's when I actually met Metro. That's when I met Sunny Digital. I met Joel. I met all the other producers on that stage, which a lot of them I actually still talk to all these years later. Mark Major, Eastbound, I met that night. Jordan Manswell, I met that night. Little sister, like so many people I had met that night. Metro came about because I said to him, and you can see this in the video on stage. I'm like, "Yo, bro, you're a big inspiration to me. Like, I really fuck with the work that you do, especially with Travis." Da 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 da. And then you can see me in the video, like dap him up. That's what I was saying to him. I was like, "Yo, I really look up to you." That's what I said. And he's like, "Yo, respects. Like, appreciate that. Whatever." The next day after the battle, there was like the post battle kind of hang or whatever it
Right.
was. I saw Metro again there. I just said hi. Like I was like, yo, thanks for coming through again. Like, you know, it was really cool of you to come to the, you know, to Toronto and the city and all that kind of stuff. And he was like, yo, you know, appreciate that. Da da da. I didn't get his contact that night or that day. I was like still kind of new and I was like, should I not? The answer, first of all, is yes. If you're the worst you're going to hear is a no. So you might as well just go and try and be like, yo, let me grab your email. Let me grab your phone number, like something like I want to send you some shit. Like, let's connect. Um, but like also don't just run up to someone and be like, yo, let me grab your number. Like be like, yo, Metro, I'm a big fan of this shit that you did with Travis. Like show that you actually are not talking to them because of the clout, but you're actually talking to them because like you respect them. I think that's a big thing that a lot of people confuse. or like they don't do. Like it's really important. It really helps if you're like, yo, I really fuck with this work that you did. Like I would love to connect and do something else. Anyways, I didn't do that. I was just like, I was scared. Like he was so like, I was almost starstruck almost. So didn't say anything. I tweeted him after the battle. I was like, yo, Metro, thanks for coming through again to Toronto. Awesome. Um, great meeting you. And he was like, yo, you're fire, bro. Keep it up. So that was 2014. 2015, I honestly don't remember how, but I got his email at the time, like his old email from someone that was working with him or something. And I just shot him an email. I was like, Metro, I don't know if you remember me. I was a participant at the Battle of the Beatmakers that you judged. This was the name I went by. Like, and I attached like 3 beats or something. I was like, yo, this is the kind of stuff I'm working on. I would love to connect with you. And I don't think he even responded to the email. He just followed me. I was at work. I remember I was working at Sport Check, and I just got the notification Metro Boomin like followed you back on Twitter, and I was like, yo, fire. So I DM'd him. I was like, Metro, appreciate the follow. Like, I've been looking up to you, so that means a lot. And I just kind of approached it as a personal, like on a personal tip, as opposed to a like, yo, let's work. Like, it was very much like, yo, so how you doing? Like, what have you been up to? Like, I saw that you did this song. I really fuck with this. Like, that shit was super hard. Like, nothing about us working at all. And we had like a whole ass conversation. He was like, yo, here's my number. Let's connect. I was like, cool. So I got his number. That was in 2015. And so from 2015 to 2017, like if I ever spoke to him, it would just be on some like, yo, that just saw your DJ set here, fire. This song that you just produced, I fuck with it. It's crazy. That beat goes hard. Like, and it wasn't like asking, like I genuinely was fucking with this shit. Like I wasn't just me being like, yo, you're incredible when I thought that he sucked. Like I literally thought, like when I said these things, I was being genuine. Because people know if you're like fucking with them, like people can tell that, especially in person, like they'll know. But yeah, so I was like just building a personal relationship to him, because at the end of the day, like it's super important to have that with people, just to be good to people, like just to be a decent human. But also, if you want to look at it from a business perspective, people, if they know you personally, they have a personal relationship with you, it's a lot easier for them to connect to you. So I found that, and I just usually hire rock anyways, just because I also like to get to know people. Like music is a very personal thing, and if you're trying to make music with someone, I'd rather know you than not. Anyway, so I forget exactly in 2017 how it happened, but I think he was just like, yo, why don't you just send me something? Like, send me some stuff to work on, which I never really did. Like, I never sent him anything between that time period to, as a like, yo, here's some melodies, here's some this and that. Yo, you want to touch this? Maybe that was stupid of me. Maybe not. Doesn't matter. But one day I kind of just sat down in my parents' basement and just was like, I'm gonna make some melodies for Metro. And I sat down, I did 3 melodies that I thought were really sick, and I was like, wow, actually I'm impressed. I impressed myself. And then I did one more. I was like, I'm tired, I want to go to bed. Let me just do one more quickly, just in case, whatever. Like I can squeeze one more out. And so I opened up whatever, the keys, the little synth bass and the synth line, and I just played the Ric Flair Drip melody. I was like, fuck it, awesome. 4 little ones. The last one is just a little simple thing, whatever. And I sent it to him. And so a week later, I get a text from him. This was in, I want to say July of 2017 or August, but I think it was July. And I get a text while I was in a movie, and I saw it when I came out, and I was like, oh shit, Metro texted me. And it was just like a screenshot of him with his like Fruity Loops project with that melody. So like that's all I had. I was like, oh cool, like he made something to that melody. That's fire. Like it's kind of like an inspiration, to keep doing it, to keep sending him stuff. But at the same time, it was like 2017, and he was touring. He was producing everyone's songs. Like he sold like something like 20 million singles that year. I think he was like he literally sold in 2017 like crazy amount of songs. So to me, I was like, yo, he's probably doing 10 beats a day. This one beat is not going to do nothing. Like, but it's mad cool that he's, that he did it and he used it. And so that was about July, early August. I think it was July. September, he came to Toronto on the Bryson Tiller tour, and he was DJing. He opened as a DJ. I saw him in Toronto. He didn't say anything about any, Ric Flair Drip, nothing. Like we just hung. We went to the studio after. and you cooked up a little bit, and then he had to fly to his next spot. And like that's honestly, if I may say, like that's part of like why he's so successful. Like came to Toronto, chilled probably a little bit, worked, did his DJ set, did an after party at Soho House, went to the studio after that until like 6 or 7 in the morning, and then went to the airport to his next city. Like did not stop grinding no matter what. Um, didn't say anything again. And then in October, literally a week before the song came out, like literally 7 days before the song came out, he texted me, he's like, yo, we got one on this Halloween project. And it wasn't announced yet, but Young Nudy had announced that he was dropping a project on Halloween. So I figured Metro produced a song on this Nudy album that we co-produced. And I was like, fire, like that's sick. And I was like, cool, bro, like what project? He was like, me, Savage, and Offset. And I was like, damn. He's like, yeah, it's gonna be this like surprise project. He's like, send me your tag. I'm gonna put in the song. I was like, damn, real one. So I was at school when he said that. He was like, yo, you got to send me this tag because I'm gonna drop it in the song. And I was like I commuted to U of T, like downtown. I lived in Mississauga. I took the GO train back and forth, and I wasn't done with school. So I was like, damn. So I like got my ass on the train, went home, bounced out. Like I was like, did you keep it at the BPM? He's like, yep. So I time stretched it perfectly. Like I was like, I'm not having it doing anything to chance. So I like bounced this in at 100 BPM, which the song was at. I emailed it to him. I got my ass back on the train, trained back to Toronto, went back to school to like have a meeting with my like group for like the group project that we were doing. And he was like, yeah, perfect, bro. Like worked out. I was like, bless. I was like, can I hear the song? He's like, I'm gonna send it to you when it's finished. And I was like, cool. So like the week went by. I'm like sitting here every day, like, damn, like, I got this song Metro, like I'm excited. I hear the song the day before it comes out. So like it came out on a Friday, well, Thursday at midnight. And I listened to it during the day on Thursday. Like literally, he sent it to me, and it was like heavily reduced sample rate. Like I couldn't share it at all. Like it was very private. And I heard the song. I was like, damn! Like I didn't even know what I was expecting. I did not expect to hear what I heard. I originally when I made the melody, I heard a whole other drum bounce on it, and he put like the West Coast shit on it. I was like, damn! I wasn't even expecting that. And I hadn't heard the other part, like the rest of the project, so I didn't know. I wasn't having any expectation. Even still, I was like, yo, Offset snapped on this. I don't hear Savage, so I guess he's not on it. I was like, yo, he snapped. And then like I played it for my manager, I played it for my brother and like a couple friends at school just off my phone. They were like, yo, bro, like this is gonna be a hit. And I was like, I don't know, guys. Like, they might have like another crazy song on there with like a crazy feature that'll go crazy. Like Drake might be on it or whatever. And they were like, maybe, but like, yo, this is a hit. And I was like, okay, well, we'll see. So anyways, the project drops and I see they have a track with Travis Scott and Quavo, and I'm like, okay, cool. So like those will probably be the ones that go craziest because Travis brings his whole fan base, like they'll go crazy. But then I heard the whole project, and I was like, honestly, like Ric Flair, it might be the one that goes crazy on there. And then it started to do really well, and it got a lot of like a hella streams. Like it was streaming like over 1 million per day. Like at the beginning, a lot. It was streaming a lot. And it started to go super crazy, and I was like, oh shit, like this is actually doing something. And so then it got certified gold, and I was like, damn. And it was still like, still. And they were like, we're not going to certify it. Or like it hit gold, and they're like, we're not certifying it. We're waiting until it goes platinum. I was like, holy fuck. So and then I saw him again in January. He came back to Toronto for the Weeknd's manager, Cash, his birthday. So I seen him there, and he was like, yo, we're about to push the button on it. Like music video, this whole thing. And like we're marketing it, music video, the whole thing. And I was like, damn, bro. So they do the music video. They got Ric Flair in the actual video. The video's hard. The shit has like 400 million streams on YouTube. Like the video,
insane.
It's crazy. So I was like, holy shit! Like, and then like it just went like super crazy. So I was just like, I was in disbelief, like literally the whole time. Like I literally couldn't believe it the whole time. And I, to this day, like a part of me still was like, damn, I was actually a part of that record. But to tie it all back together, it's like, it literally came from an interaction I had at the Battle of the Beatmakers. I was like, yo, I fuck with you. Like, just to say that to him.
Right.
Because that, and then like the battle, because that's probably what made him remember me. Like when I emailed him and then when we started talking, like it literally came down to something as small as me just meeting him and being like, yo, I've always fucked with you. You're dope type shit. Like that's all you have to say to someone. Be like, because then they'll remember you. If you're like, yo, I'm a fan of you, as opposed to, yo, what's your email? What's your IG? Let's work. Like I see you're doing something. That's the reason I want to work with you, not because I fuck with you, just because I see you're doing something.